Hi guys, welcome to Challenge the Road. We're here with Jeff Buys Cars. We've just done a video, Jeff, haven't we, in that lovely Mercedes that you bought?
My cheap S500.
Yeah.
Yep.
And is he going to get you back?
I've no idea.
So what the plan is, I'm going to walk around some of the cars that I know very well.
Yep.
You can ask me a few questions, maybe values, how many, that type of thing, and we're just get an idea of if there's anything here I should buy. I know there's an Escort Cosworth I really want to see that I haven't seen yet.
Definitely.
And then, yeah, just have a bit of a walk round.
There's 180 odd cars and about 8,000 people. So let's,
I know, we're going to see how this goes.
We'll just see how we go.
Okay. Aston Martin Vantage, obviously I know these well with the CTR program. This is a V8 4.7 AMR version, so it has the little carbon winglets, carbon here, carbon here. Now this looks good value, 70 to 80,000. But these cars have come down because of road tax. It's quite expensive to run. I'll give you some ideas. Like the rubbers on these they're like £1,500 every 5. So there's a lot of maintenance with these, which is holding them down. But what a lovely colour.
What would it have been when it was new? How much?
I reckon about 140s around there. So it's dropped a fair bit, but these are. At one stage, we all thought these were going to come up in value, but I just think, again, the road tax and the running cost of these Astons is very high.
It's 586 miles as well. It's about as low as you.
Exactly.
Probably the lowest mileage one in the country.
But these rubbers, like here, I had one with 2,000 miles and still had to do them for 1,500. So there's lots of little bits that suppress them down.
Yeah.
R8 I really like.
Yeah.
Now, I almost bought a V8 one the other day. I think in manual version, these are stunning. And this is a V10, guided at 48 to 60, 45,000 miles. So quite a lot of miles, but I think the R8s are undervalued. Yeah. But I would have a V8.
But that gated gearbox with the ball shifter as well. That's something special about that.
Yeah. That doesn't look original.
No.
So just little things like that, just on cars. If you were looking at cars for originality, they had it slightly different. And this is one thing, like if you're buying the car to drive or an appreciating classic, just things to look for over time.
Yeah.
But a V10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and also how many cars now can you see the engine like that in modern stuff? Nothing.
That's pretty beautiful.
You look at that and how Audi done that. And you imagine a V8 now, what I offered on a car, it was 35,000. So that is a manual V8, it still looks like it could be new.
Yeah.
Have you driven one? A V8? No.
The badge has always been a problem for me.
Has it? Right.
Yeah, it's an Audi.
I know, but it's super cool.
I still couldn't have one over a 911.
Oh, would you? Oh, right, okay, instead of, you would. Yeah.
They're similar money, aren't they? You think, well,
yeah, if you're thinking, around that
there's
time.
A lot you can buy around that money.
But you don't see many of these.
You don't.
And look at it.
It does look fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. It's a great looking car.
I think it looks better than the 911.
I like the early
That's
ones
my
where
view.
This is aluminium.
Yes. And they say they were colour coded, or
yeah.
I wondered if that was wrapped then, but it didn't feel. But yeah, I think that these Audis, I'm definitely going to get one, because I think for £35,000 in a V8, it's a good buy.
That's a lot of car for the money.
You put a personal plate, wouldn't look like it's 2008. They're built very well.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the quality of the paint, just everything about this car, even the way they've done it. I really like these cars.
The paint does look great on this, actually.
Yeah.
It really does.
And you look through, and it had these little LED lights. I remember someone following me thinking, wow, the LEDs. BMW.
Love a Z1.
And the doors they drop down to get in, don't they, on those? And these have gone up a lot. What's the estimate on these? So lot
50
one.
to 60, so that's
3,300 miles. That's nothing to this. So what do you think on this as an investment then? Because you can't get one with much lower miles. The Z1's a good car. Would this door quirky with the doors?
Well, look at what the Z8 has done as well.
That's what,
the
yeah.
Z8 dropped down and then went back up. You're just not going to find another one of these. They don't come up for sale very often.
So should we look at this one maybe? Well, I don't think they're original mats. There's just little things I'm picking up on, considering That wouldn't be something from BMW, I assume. So, but 3,300 miles, and this could be cleaned up even more. I think if it had a proper mop down, and it is difficult sometimes because you see a few bits on the wheels, but then if it's an original car, where do you? I have that dilemma a lot.
I love the quirkiness of these. That's the thing. It was so different. I mean, who does the door like that?
No, exactly.
They're a bit special.
And the convertible. Oh, there's one round here, Jeff. Come on, I've owned a few of these.
All right.
So let's
talk about these.
So
about McLaren.
So this is a McLaren 675 LT.
Yep.
When they come out, Jenson Button sent the record at Top Gear. Do you remember with Chris Evans? I think.
That,
yeah. I bought 3 of them because I thought they were going to up in value, and they tanked.
Really?
And it cost me hundreds of thousands.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was a nightmare. I thought, and I remember sitting there watching Top Gear going, yeah, this is brilliant. And only 500 made.
Yeah.
But what done it was they said they're only going to make 500 coupes. That's it. They made 500 Spiders. Tanked the price of my coupes. But it's a very, very good car. It's got a couple of things that put me off.
Yeah.
Very low, so you ground out most places. Lights, you can't even use them at night.
Right.
It's like candles. Just little things. Getting in and out, you need to be a gymnast.
I feel like lights that don't work at night time are not really acceptable on a modern car.
Well, I didn't understand it.
How did they get away
So
with that?
I think there might be some upgrades now, but they were terrible.
Well,
and
they
look
are
how
tiny.
low. Yeah.
They're absolutely tiny.
But I think it's more the design. It's in
Yeah.
here, and then, you know, it's very low. So even round like Tunbridge Wells, I would be grounding out.
Yeah.
And I'd have to keep putting the lift. Now the lift would take you about 30, 40 seconds
Oh, okay, fine.
because it lifts the whole car. So there's little quirks of daily driving that is supposed to be the fastest car, but actually you'll be the slowest.
So where are we at on this one?
This is a really 145 to 165, but new with a roof scoop, you would be 370s.
Right.
Right, so this has dropped now, so glad I did sell them. But this has done
That's
30.
high mileage for a McLaren,
Yeah.
isn't it?
37,000 miles. But this is a very, you know, everyone wants a roof scoop.
Right.
But I looked at it and thought, it might go for a bit more, but everyone thinks this is the best McLaren pretty much ever made.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks they're going to go up.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they're going to stay stagnated, and they have a lot of problems as well with bits. The dampers on the back, if they all dry out on McLarens, everyone. From McLaren, I think it was, you'll have to correct me, I think 22,000
Yeah.
to do them, and you have to do them, any McLaren. But now you can get them done for less. So this is suppressing car values.
So we've got the Aston with £2,000 rubbers on the window.
Yeah.
We've got McLaren with £22,000 suspension.
Yeah.
You're not really selling.
We
this.
need a Ford Focus.
You're not really selling this exotic car ownership.
I haven't found a good one yet. Right, let's head over to see some more cars. So we found a Mercedes. It's got a CTR plate. Jeff knows all about these. Come on, Jeff, tell me.
I am a bit of an SL expert. So let me take a look. It's a 500 SL, so it's a V8. It's a later car, so it's post 86 when there was a facelift. You do want to buy a later one. It is smoke silver with black leather. Smoke silver metallic, very desirable. Looks to me like it's got aircon as well, which was a very expensive option when this car was new. It doesn't have, though, an internal temperature gauge there, which I would really like to see, and heated seats as well. But it's low mileage at 13,000, estimated 45.
What about the roofs on these? Are they problematic, or because these Mercedes were built very well back in the day?
They're built very well, and it's a very old-fashioned manual roof operation. So you quite simply have the handles missing. They've removed the handle. Maybe that's been removed.
So it's like.
But it's very simple. You basically pop the lid up, and then everything in there is mechanical. So long as the roof is maintained,
you're okay.
There's nothing electronic to go wrong with it. And then you do have a heavy hard top as well, which you can take on and off and keep in your garage or whatnot. I think at this sort of money.
Do you think this is a good buy?
Yeah, I mean, it's the right sort of money.
It's got my plate.
It's got a CCR number plate on it. It's a 500, which you want. It's smoke silver, which is lovely, with black leather. I think it's a nice car for the money. I've seen these sell for a lot more than that. There's a lot of them around, though. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
But
Right, Ferrari. Come on, there's cars. I know a lot about these Ferraris. Now, I've owned 3 430s over time. The 16M was the convertible version, which I had, and I had 2 coupes, both in Rosso Mugello, which is a very rare colour, but they seem to be not going up in value at the moment, and they've been dropping down, and this will probably show on here, 165, so 20,000 mile car. A lot of them had miles because they were quite nice to drive, and you could do, you know, quite comfortable. I bought one thinking they were going to go up in value, and it didn't recently, and I've had that car 4 or 5 years, and I don't know if it's the looks or there's too many V8 special Ferraris now, like Pistas. Challenge Stradale was the original. Then I had the Speciale, which I had as well, the 458, which is the one that to have. Yeah. And I don't know if it just suppresses these. I like them. Frank Stephenson done the design. Sounds fantastic. Looks fantastic through the engine bay. Single clutch.
I think from a classic car market point of view, I prefer the look of these to the later 430. So maybe that will start to translate as people that remember these over the 430.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And it has. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know if it's the front. It looks a little bit not quite as good as the 360. Maybe I don't. It looks good here, doesn't it?
It's not quite as pure as the 360, is it?
No. I did do a video on both, and I picked this over the 360, but the 360's a bit louder, a bit, I don't know. Yeah. But I do like them, but for me, if you said now, will you buy one, would you lose money? Maybe not, but I'm not sure it's going to go up again. So we've got the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. I've done some videos on these cars before. This is guided 130 to 160, 28,000 miles, but they haven't been rising, and I think it's just because the 812 has been dropping. The 812 Superfast has been dropping. Are they a good buy? I think yes. I think they look really nice. I think maybe they look better than the 812. That could be debatable. Are they going up? I'm not sure with this type of mileage. Is it a good car to have as a classic car and drive? Yes, I think it would be. Let's go over here. There's another V12 Ferrari here. Guided 38 to 45. 456 GTA. Jeff, you wanted a bit on this, didn't you? Because this looks a lot of value for a V12 Ferrari.
It's crazy value for a V12. I mean, they were even cheaper as well at one point.
Yeah.
But this looks really nice. Great colour, great interior, and
well, it couldn't be any better, I think.
No, I don't think it could.
A TDF blue with this interior.
This car never
pop-up lights.
It never looked good in red.
No.
But they did look good in this and in grey. So this is a lovely spec car for like the price of a new 3 Series.
I know.
It's crazy.
Should we just go to this GT12? I want to do. Yeah, I'm going to come over. So we've got this GT12 here now. I had GT8. I do really like the GT12. This one I think is guided at 180 to 200. I do like this grey. Well, 190 to 220, 10,000 miles. Oh, these are future classic. I think so because they're very limited. There's not that many of them. I think it was 100. Do I like this colour spec? I think I do actually. I'd probably have one in green because I like my Astons in green, but it does look really good today. Really good. I've never seen one with this sort of grey and orange. Never seen one, which might be even better as a residual. Escort Cosworth over here. Cool, paintwork looks absolutely fantastic. Look at this is aubergine. This is where I wanted the Monte Carlo in. They called that dual violet, so this might be just slightly darker, I think, than the other one. I think this is guided at about 60 to 80. Same mileage as the one we've got in petrol blue. I do really like this, but you know I like Escort. Same seats as mine. I really, really like this car. I like this colour. You know I like purple cars anyway. Looks really, really clean. Right, let's head off and try and find some more. Right, we've got a bit of a JDM section which I like. STI, WRX, O2 plate in black. I didn't move to this model. I found the lights and that didn't quite gel compared to the original Impreza, but I think they're a good buy, and I think they're very, very nice to drive. I haven't driven one. I'd like to. If you've got one, I'd like to drive it. But this Supra, I love Supras. I've seen a Supra around there, an original UK one in black. I really wanted one of these cars. This is quite sort of Fast and Furious spec, but I like Supras. Evo 6, we've got a Tommy Mackinnon RS. This is a rally art car. It's got a wide body kit. I haven't seen something like this, to tell the truth. It's an RS Sprint, but I think this isn't original to RS spec, because the Sprint, I've never seen them with this. But I do really like Mitsubishis to drive. Let's have a look at the value. Quite a high value. 60 to 70, 36,000 miles. Don't know, it is cool, but I don't think that's standard. Mitsubishi, Tommy Mackinnon. I've owned one of these before. One of 50 UK cars, chassis number 27, 42,000 miles. Sticker pack car, which we know is quite important with these and adds more value to them. Just really looking at this, because I'm looking at the paint. Could do with a really, really good clean. Value 70 to 90. I know some of the lower mileage UK cars went for, I think, up to 100k. I do really like these. You can see I'm thinking about this car. Evo 5, again, I like the shape of the 5. I like the spoilers. Looking at the condition again here, this spoiler's not great. I think maybe could be presented better. Non-standard steering wheel, I think. Doesn't look standard. But again, I really like the Evo 5. They haven't gone up as much as the Evo 6 recently, so it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, 20 to 25, 84,000 miles. I saw this Legacy. It's quite interested in that. Subaru Legacy RS, which must be very rare. I don't know how many of them there are. I like the wheels with the gold. This looks really cool, actually. And what's this? 20 to 30, 36,000 kilometers. Really, really cool. Right, so this is another car I've been looking at, which is Z3 and also Z4. 60 to 70,000 pounds Z3. I like the look of these. I do think these are appreciating classic, but they've gone up quite a bit. And 60, 70, I don't know. I don't know where the limit is on these. Maybe the limit's 100. But I'd like to just have one just to drive. But I've come here for the Escort Cosworth. 2,000 miles. Should this be in the collection? This is the first time I've looked at it, so first time walking round. I think it's probably 80 to 100,000 is the guide. Leather seats. I wanted leather seats. Now when I look at leather seats, I'm glad I've got the cloth for some reason. I still want a Monte Carlo. It does look, obviously, I mean, it's just like new condition. Just looking around it, because obviously I want to bid on this car, so I want to just have a look at everything. Have a look in the engine bay. It's interesting actually, because these covers, they all just go a little bit funny, and if that's 2,000 mile. Yeah, it's from a private collection, 2,200 miles.
So now
I don't
you've
know.
seen it in the flesh.
I think I prefer mine.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that I'm not sure on the white. The leather seats was something I wanted at the time, and now looking at them, I'm glad I've got the other. So they do like a luxe, but a cloth, which is in the. I prefer the purple one.
Yeah.
Or aubergine. I prefer that. I think that looks really
colour.
good. Really good. So I'm just sort of. I was just saying these covers went a bit discoloured on mine, and I thought it, but I think they must all do that, which is nice to know, because the more I'm looking at these cars, the more I can see. But I mean, it's virtually like a new car. Yeah. Really. But I just think white. I don't know. But my rally car's white, so it's just trying to get your head round it. It'd be interesting. Well, let's try and pick a price in. So I think this car, because we've got these fees as well, haven't we?
Well, the fees is a huge factor.
That's what it is. You know, yeah. Well, if you look at collecting cars, you're looking at a fee of, I think it's 7%. So you're up at 15 here. So you're quite a lot more. Yeah. But obviously you're going to bid in a room, you may get a bit too excited, you think there may not be another one. I think there'll be another one of these, even these low miles.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 95.
You think it'll bid to? Or
That's what I think, 95 plus fees maybe.
Yeah.
Because I think that if my car is, say, 75 with 28,000, it's got to be up there. But it is difficult sometimes because if someone really wants the car, and they might go, I love white, Richard, it's my favourite colour, then it could go 120.
But there's been a couple of interesting ones recently as well, because there was an auction not so long ago where the ex-Jeremy Clark, it wasn't necessarily Jeremy Clark's car, but didn't that one
the
go
press
through
car
unsold or not?
Yeah, not what they thought.
Whereas
So
I thought that was going to go crazy because it's Clark's and then it's a Cosworth, but it didn't.
yeah,
So again, it's like, well, as the fast forward bubble starting to...
I think there's quite a few of them.
Yeah.
So you've got to remember, like when we were talking about, say, a 22B or P1 there were 1,000. Was there something like 8,500? So there's quite a lot.
The problem you've got is as soon as a car starts selling at auction, you get the first one that sells and it does big money, and everybody goes, oh, I've got one of those.
Like the RS 500.
Exactly.
Yeah, you think, oh, well, my one's worth this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably as good as you get.
Yeah.
I don't see you can get one condition-wise much better than this unless it's like 20 miles. But the only good thing with the purple aubergine one, I think I could use it.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm thinking with this, you probably wouldn't take this out, would you? You're just gonna.
I just feel like white isn't very impressive.
Yeah.
Either.
I saw that when I saw that one, I was looking at it thinking I want to buy this.
What's
with
the
this,
estimate on that one?
60 to 70, I think.
Okay.
So a bit lower. But
For me, I'd go aubergine just because it's aubergine. It's the best Cosworth colour. But then again, if you're after a Monty, and then a Monty comes up, it's quite similar, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I'd have. That's why I'm trying to hold back and go, because I've got one in petrol blue, which is quite rare because they only made them for a year. But that aubergine one, I think, would be the one. So
yeah, it was petrol blue, mallard green, grey. There weren't a huge amount of colours.
Black, ash black, and I had a look at the Mitsubishis over there. We'll go over in a bit, but not great condition.
Right.
So it's quite interesting being here to.
The stuff that doesn't come out on the pictures.
Yeah, and maybe something with like collecting cars, the images are very good. So I feel like, so if I was bidding, I feel like some of them could do with a real good tidy up.
Yeah.
If you're getting maximum money, if you're here walking round, you want it. I like the M Coupe. I just done a little bit on that, but I like them M Coupes as well. So.
But they're very strong money for what they are.
Well, I was just saying, are they going to go up any more? I think that they're peaking. I mean, I know they were 15 back when they went, but now they're 60 to 70 guide plus 15 fees. You're 80.
On that platform, you need the roof off.
Yeah.
So I love the coupe.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't have one over the convertible.
Because you got the sound extra as well and the whole thing. No, well, it's been great to walk around with you, Jeff. I know we've done a video on your channel as well, but that's a quick walk around, guys. I hope that helps with the values, and we'll see all the auction results. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.